So this Charlie Kirk thing, everybody knows what happened. I don't have to say those words. I don't have to trigger that part of the algorithm. But more interestingly is everyone's reaction. Now, this is going to get a bit ranty, so I need y'all to rock with me here. It is one thing to be outraged that someone is punished for just saying what they believe. That could be a valid point, and I could agree with that 10 out of 10 times and twice on Sunday. But I would like to ask everyone, what happened to your fucking brain? Where is your fucking brain? Where did it go? Did it get deported? Did you burn it in a wildfire? Where is your brain? How come no one can, I don't know, critically think? And just like I blame the fucking media for the situation that we're in right now, the media has a large part to do with why no one can go on their Facebook right now. If you report things that are not true, what does that make you? If you continue an agenda towards one goal and one goal only, you are not only part of the problem, you are aiding and abetting. So I have 4 questions that I would like everyone to consider. Question number 1, who is the shooter? Obvious answer. No one knows.
We don't know.
No one knows. You don't know. I don't know. Tim don't know. Kash Patel don't know. No one knows.
Yeah, I think they're on their 4th person of interest at this point.
Question number 2. This is publicsafety.utah.edu/home-safety-news. New rules for concealed weapons on campus. And this was published July 21st, 2025. Utah lawmakers updated state law governing firearms during the 2025 general session. Under the changes in HB 128, which went into effect May 7th, individuals who are 18 years old or older and have a current Utah concealed weapon permit, CWP, may carry a weapon on campus, including in an open fashion. Our highest priority is preserving public safety on campus, said Keith Squires, chief safety officer. As a subdivision of the state, the University of Utah enforces state law, including weapons rules. Equally important is our role educating members of our campus community about how they can responsibly carry a firearm on campus and how to engage with roommates, professors, and others to avoid conflicts and misunderstandings. They did this in July to make it 100% legal to take guns on campus. Now, that's number 2. Why did why did the laws change to allow guns on campus? Just critically think, people. Think about this. Question number 3. Why is the federal government arguing with local authorities? From what I can gather, Kash Patel is in D.C. or Virginia.
Yeah, he's in Langley.
He's at Langley in his office doing FBI shit. I don't know. From Langley, he is out there tweeting, "We have the suspect in custody." Why is that bad? Because if the bad guy is on the fucking loose, you just bought him some time because now everyone's going to stop looking. Now the trail is going to go deliberately cold. Whoever did it is going to get away. And even the governor is like, I didn't know Kash Patel said that. Like, there's no communication at all. Question number 4. If you don't know the answer to the first 3 questions I asked, then what/whom are you actually mad at? And it is disgusting. Disgusting. Absolutely vomit-inducing how all of these people are out here saying no political violence, you don't know that. No one knows. And they're all out there just I would never say anything. I would never advocate for we don't even know if that's what this is. We have no idea. It's a random fucking bullet coming from we don't know. But that's already got Trump saying, you've done it now, radical left. And that's got, I don't know if you guys have been on Twitter, but they are actively calling for rounding up and getting rid of Democrats and liberals and blacks. When you literally don't even know who shot the bullet.
Yeah, they don't know. They have no idea.
No one has any idea. That's why they're still investigating it. But they have already made up in their minds. I'm talking over my other point. I say all that to say this. Why did this trigger you to make a social media post? When you have no idea who that motherfucker was. I guarantee none of you watched 1 minute of his fucking content. No idea what Turning Point USA is. No idea.
I know. Mikey's right. Like, we have no idea who it was.
We don't even know what happened.
You don't know if it's political violence or not. The only people calling it political violence are the governor of Utah and the president of the United States, who just is a crazy fucker. So yes. He's already jumped the gun, pun not intended, on what this is, and he's already trying to shape the narrative of what this is. Like, I have seen the entire gambit on social media, all the way from people who are praising Charlie Kirk and saying that gun violence is gun violence and it shouldn't happen no matter what. And
right.
That is sort of antithetical to things that Charlie Kirk has said, all the way to people who are celebrating this. And I don't think that's the proper response either. Like, it's not something, gun violence regardless is not something to be celebrated. Like, we shouldn't be going out there and saying those things, because it's not really about the person, it's about the violent act.
Right.
And unfortunately, some of these guys like Charlie Kirk, their rhetoric matches sort of the violence. His rhetoric was, well, gun violence is a necessary evil that we have to, if we want to accept our gun rights.
Even if that were the case, why would Utah state lawmakers change the law to let them bring guns on campus? We have a school shooting problem. Why would you change the law to let more guns on campus? Charlie Kirk aside, this is a school shooting event. And apparently guns are allowed. What are we doing?
I don't know.
What is going on? And I'm sorry if people haven't researched some clips and they're just kind of assuming that he's an all right guy. Like, I imagine there's going to be a bunch of, well, I didn't know that post in about a month.
Yeah.
In about a month, everybody will calm down about it. But it's very strange. I mean, if anything, I thought once this investigation's over, everybody's going to go crazy. They didn't even wait. like Cash Patel's throwing people off the damn scent, telling them that he's captured. Everybody just circles wags and like, oh wait, that's not the guy. And then they got to refam back out and go. You're like, come on, what are we doing? We know how to respond to these situations and catch bad guys. That's what the police and the feds and all that. That's what they're for. I want this motherfucker caught. You know what I mean? Someone's out there just randomly shooting people. Catch him. They have broken the law. If people have forgotten this, it is illegal to do that. You may not do that to other people. And like everyone's like, you have to condemn violence. Like, you don't have to condemn violence. I believe in following the law. It's illegal to be violent towards people. It is illegal to do that. It is unpatriotic to harm your fellow citizens. Like, I don't know that I shouldn't have to tell people that, but it is part of your patriotic duty to not harm your fellow citizens.
Right. People don't get it, man. People don't get it. They don't know that, like, that's breaking the social contract. Yes. We talk about this all the time, but like the social contract that we all have as a country and is sort of formalized in the Constitution is that we all agree that we live in a society and we're not supposed to go around killing each other.
We all agree to not hurt other people.
But you know, some motherfuckers think that that's not the case. And, you know, the whole discourse.
That's what I'm talking about. Go actually find him. Like, what? Stop
they're not
wasting
going to
time.
actually find him. Why would they find him? Why would they attempt to find him? Like, Cash Patel is not, he's not a good finder. This ain't his job, right? No. This is not what Cash Patel is there to destroy the FBI. Dan Bongino is there to destroy the FBI. Well, they're not there for actual work. Dan Bongino complains about the work that he has to do.
Right. He was mad that he had to be up at 6 and she was like, dude, you literally wanted this.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you wanted to be deputy director. You wanted to hang out with your buddy Cash all day.
Yeah, it's a fucking job. It's not like a hangout sesh. I'm just scrolling through the chat here. I see you over there on Twitch. I see what I know, man. I know. This is grinding your gears in a way that you're not used to. I know, man. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right.
It's gonna be okay for you.
Because these are simple, obvious problems that we have in this country. The people in charge are deliberately making it worse. You do not make schools safer. I'll show it again, and I'll put the link in the chat. Y'all don't have to believe me. They did this. Now, if I'm Charlie Kirk or anybody else who has to do a speaking engagement, I am not going to this school.
Yeah.
For this exact reason. What are you doing normalizing people walking around with long guns in a fucking classroom setting? Why do they need that?
I don't know.
It's Utah. There's only like 50,000 of you total anyway. Like, what is the problem?
So, Mikey, we do have a couple of super chats here that we should probably address now.
Let's get to those.
So, way back into 30 minutes ago, Tim Ballum asked,
thank you, Tim.
Didn't Kirk say kids should watch executions? I can not confirm that. I don't think I've seen that. I don't want to attribute things to Charlie Kirk that he didn't say, so we'll have to look into that.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yes, 10 British pounds.
10 British pounds.
Kirk quite openly said that innocent people being shot was the price to be paid for the Second Amendment. He died proving his own point. I think that's an unfortunate irony of things that Charlie Kirk has said that people can now use and say, well, he said that. He said that.
Right.
And it's the worst kind of irony, because you can go back and you can find it. The clips are out there. The clips are out there of him saying that shit.
Everyone has combed through his history and found all of them and put them in nice, concise piles that you can find all over the internet, I'm sure.
Yeah. And like I said, this is the thing that some of these right-wing ghouls, they say, I think not understanding the consequences of them saying that.
And while he was a political commentator, he's still a citizen.
Yeah.
Like, all of y'all, and they're like, oh my God, gun violence, it's actually real. It's like, did you think everybody was lying about it this whole time? Like, what about Charlie Kirk made you suddenly realize that, man, there is a lot of violence going on? It's like, dude, we have been literally screaming from the mountaintops. Can we stop? Can you just stop? Just stop. Can we just stop all the shit? Just stop. And we got told to shut our liberal cuck mouths. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, we've been literally preaching peace this whole time while being called lib cucktards for years. For years, we've been preaching about peace, and they said we were weak for it. So now this happens, and now we're the ultra violent. Like, how did that flip overnight? We still got our peace sign in our hand. We're still over here advocating for common sense gun regulation as a gun owner. Like, I'm cool with an extra long check, and I got to go do an interview, whatever it takes, man.
Yeah.
Because the shit's not cool. Like, schools should be safe.
And not, you shouldn't like some of the policies they want to put in the schools, like the like they're hardening schools, like you said, like they're fucking prisons.
Yeah. Or
and
arming the teachers. Like, okay.
But they also want to arm teachers. Like, that's crazy.
They only get like $30,000 a fucking year. Now they got to be a fucking SEAL Team 6 member. Like, what the fuck? You don't even pay them well enough to be like a security guard. Like, what are you doing?
But there's people like the person who is in our Twitch chat who are just gonna blame the left, regardless of
with
again,
zero evidence. No one knows who it is.
Nobody knows.
But the fact that you could be riled up to hate people on the left when you literally don't know who it is, doesn't that tell you something? Doesn't that reflect internally that maybe you're believing things because you want them to be true and not because there's actually something there?
Yeah.
Even if it comes out that this person is a massive leftist, even if that's true, that doesn't justify how you're acting right now. Yeah.
And even if it is like a leftist and he wrote like a manifesto or whatever, and like he's, hardcore against Charlie Kirk because he doesn't like Charlie Kirk's politics, and this guy is like the most lefty left ever. Doesn't that mean the temperature is too high? Doesn't that mean that like we should get together and be like, hey, we all need to stop this?
Right.
Like, every time it's not a leftist, every time it's a conservative nutbag running around doing terrible things, we're like, hey, maybe we should fucking stop. Maybe everyone should just fucking stop. But now that, like, once again, we don't know. The president made accusations that aren't true. The governor of Utah made accusations that aren't true. There may or may not be a political motive behind this. Who knows? Because we don't know the person. But either way, since 2015, there has been a ratcheting up of rhetoric and my brain stopped working. The word is polarization.
Yeah.
There's a ratcheting up of polarization between the parties. The threat of political violence has been on the rise since then because of one specific person, the president of the United States, who threatened to beat up protesters at his rally, and he would pay the legal expenses of the people who did it, who threatened to throw people out, who tear gassed protesters in the streets in DC so he could clear them out.
He had to take his upside down Bible picture
so he could hold a Bible fucking awkwardly. Who it was constantly threatening to beat up the press, anyone he doesn't like. He had a mob descend on Congress so he could stop an election.
They may or may not have constructed a gallows in the parking lot.
Yeah, they may or may not have done that.
All of those people, even the gallows builders were pardoned. That's what's crazy.
Those people wanted to say hey to Mike Pence.
They did.
Like, they were threatening political violence on the vice president of the United States because he did something they didn't like.
Right.
And it's all directed from one person, and the directives are handed down to political people, to fucking commentators and ghouls like Charlie Kirk, like Alec Jones, like Benny Johnson. Those guys are taking their talking points from people like the president and ramping up people to do horrible things. Now, I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk ever said anything violent. However, Charlie Kirk is vehemently opposed to the concept of empathy. He thinks it's fake. He thinks we made it up and it's some woke ideology that empathy ever existed. He doesn't like the thought that people can be compassionate to one another. So that's the kind of person Charlie Kirk outwardly projects. Is the idea that we shouldn't be compassionate towards each other and just be like cruelly indifferent or even aggressive towards one another.
Yeah.
If you're not part of the fucking manosphere or whatever. I'm gonna stop beating around. Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi, guys. He was.
Remember when Cenk was like, "I'd have a beer with you after this," and he was looking at him like, "The fuck you will." Like, I'm not drinking with you.
I don't think it would surprise anyone to say that Charlie Kirk was a Nazi, because he fucking was. His ideals and the things that he preached at colleges were fucking, if not directly from the Nazis, Nazi adjacent.
But I mean, no one actually listened to what he did. You know what I mean? Just like they assume that there's this giant dark blue element that's out here taking out cancer. Just like they assume that, they also assume that they agree with Charlie Kirk.
Right.
They haven't listened to his shit.
Nobody, once again, nobody fucking knows who did this and why yet.
Right.
They're still searching the fucking woods around the college campus for clues.
Right. Investigate. Find out who it was. That's what we're saying. Find them. Stop trying to find somebody to blame. Find the person. Do your job. Find them.
Oh, here's more people not doing their job. Hours after the shooting, several generative AI platforms shared false and misleading or inaccurate statements in their responses. Grok, everyone remember Grok?
Mecha
Hitler. Falsely labeled a 77-year-old former banker who was in Toronto at the time as the suspect. And then this was reported by the New York Times, CNN, and Fox News.
Wow. So they're just taking their fucking tips from Grok?
There's no actual fucking... Come on, guys.
The news is gone, dude. They're asking Grok what happened and then just reporting it? They don't have no contact to like they're like these are big. And this is the other thing that pisses me off with broadcasters. You have massive accessibility to all of these different groups of people that we could never imagine to get on the phone.
Yeah.
If CNN calls the governor's going to answer. We could call the governor for 1,000 years and get the voicemail for 999 of them. Like,
Right.
it's just not happening. We just don't have the gravity to fucking get people to actually answer any questions we might have. These people have the resources and the people in the van with the cameras and the little satellite on the top. Like, they got all that shit. Like, I would be hardcore investigating the story, helping the cops, canvassing, seeing if anybody saw something. Like, we're not seeing any of this. All we're seeing is that we need to automatically blame somebody. And if that does not give you pause, tell me why.
Yeah.
Why do you not have to think about it? Why do you just want this to be true? Why are you willing to accept this as truth without evidence? That's what I want to know. Because whenever a black guy died at the hands of the police, it was always, well, let's see what the investigation says.
Yeah.
That is completely out the window now.
We got another a British pound super chat from Allie. If you want to get that link, Monkey.
Let me get over there. I closed it because it makes my computer run slow.
I closed it because it makes my computer sad.
It makes it sweat.
Oh, and another 2 British pound super chat from Tim Ballum. YouTube censoring super chats again. YouTube is being very fucky about what people can put in our super chats lately. Tim Ballum had this problem on Tuesday too.
Yeah.
About a certain video that he was trying to post for us to watch.
This from the Independent. Trump announces he is giving Medal of Freedom to Charlie Kirk after influencer shot dead at Utah campus. Okay.
Sure, man. Whatever.
Okay.
Cool. I don't care.
That's fine. Like, dude, that's the thing. I don't care that he gets a medal. I'm like, he shouldn't get the medal. Give him the medal. It's
whatever.
Fine. That's not the issue. You know what I mean? Like, that's some very nice window dressing you got there. I'm much more interested in the foundations and pillars of the house. Like, I'm not interested in all that shit. Where is the fucking person?
Yeah. Can we find the person? Can Kash Patel's FBI find the person?
Yeah.
Or who knows, local law enforcement, Utah State Police, somebody. Because, like, Mikey, you're right. The lax security and the removal of restrictions on guns on campus is crazy. How did whoever this is?
How are they still employed? Number one.
How whoever did this? How are they? Because it's a high-powered rifle they found, right? It's a bolt-action high-powered rifle.
Yeah, that's what they said.
They don't even know how far away this dude was, dude or lady, whoever.
Well, they were saying it was like from a certain rooftop or whatever. And it's like, so how are you like, and you let him walk away? You just let him walk off? Like, what are we doing?
Let's go all the way back to before the end of the election and the attempted assassination on Trump.
In Butler.
The dude on the rooftop, they found that dude immediately.
Yeah.
I mean,
he didn't make it off the roof, so
there was nothing around, right? There was a crowd, and then he was behind the crowd on the rooftop of like a barn or something. So he's a little bit less inconspicuous, right? But still, how did this guy get away? And how were they allowed onto campus, somewhere onto campus, with that gun?
They're allowed to do it, apparently. Which, like, I'm like, there's no way that they changed the law. Because see, here's the difference. I heard something through the grapevine, And I went on the internet and I searched it and I verified it. And now I'm going to speak on it. It should happen in that order for people.
Yeah.
And that's another sad reminder. People need to not spread misinformation, because the guy that they grabbed and put in handcuffs, that his picture was shown, he's doing all that guy's life is already ruined. The death threats are in the hundreds of, you know what I mean? Like, they're doxing them. They're trying to find out. And it was not even the right guy. So it's like, I get it. Y'all want to be mad at something. How about you take that energy and we make shit safer? Like,
Yeah,
and this a constant assault on progressives, as if us wanting everybody to have more shit is problematic. Mate, I don't advocate for higher wages, organized labor, healthcare for all. Like, I don't advocate for all this because I have 3,000 bodies that all need healthcare. Like, it doesn't help me more than it helps the next person.
Right.
But I know what it's like to not have help. Because when people don't have help, people do desperate things. We need to help people. It is in our best interest to make sure that our neighbors have a full tummy and a full fridge.
Yeah.
It's better for me that all of my neighbors have a full fridge than for all of us to have food except for one guy who has nothing.
Right.
Because that guy is going to be not so nice to us as we eat Pringles in his face. We should all just share a little bit.
Irish Sweet in the chat says we advocate for conservatives that have those things too. And like, I think that's kind of
exactly
the point. That's kind of the point, is we're out there saying that everyone, regardless of your political affiliation, should have the right to healthcare, the right to schools, the right to be fed, the right to cheap housing and all that stuff. Like, we're out there saying everyone should be good. Everyone should be taken care of.
Yeah.
And people like Charlie Kirk are like, no, we don't want that. Fuck you.
Like, I want even Charlie Kirk and his family and all the rest of them, I want them to have healthcare too, even if they don't want it. Even if they say I'm going to get my own stuff. Even if you're a millionaire, you could, even if you fall off your Segway, I don't know what they drive. When you fall off your Segway and you shatter your ankle and you don't have your insurance card on you, I want you just to be able to go to the ER and they fucking set your ankle and then go home.
Yeah.
That's better. I think that's a better place to live, where you don't have to worry about what happens to me if I get sick or if something bad happens to me.
Now, am I opposed to things like private companies doing those things? Yeah, maybe. Because capitalism makes things terrible, but
Yet
I think
abundance is on your lips.
I think that the problem here and the crux of the sort of the progressive versus the far right stance is the concept of empathy. Like, we want to help everyone on the left. We want to, and not to say that there aren't fucking radicals out there, right? But generally progressivism is about making sure that we all are okay together.
Right.
And
we're not going to leave anybody behind, or we're not going to let anybody get way out in front.
Yeah. And it seems like the far right stance at this point, and Charlie Kirk's stance, was that sort of empathy makes you weak. That sort of train of thought makes you weak. And American individualism is what it's all about. And I'll get mine and fuck everyone else. Who cares about other people when all I have to care about is me?
And he's allowed to think that. And guess what? We're allowed to think what we think.
Yeah.
It's what he wants to promote is not illegal to promote, but it is illegal to strike him down for it.
Yeah.
So you ain't helping. by going that way. That motherfucker ain't won a debate yet.
Nah, he was getting fucking housed by some of those college kids.
You know, so like I don't like, but again, we don't know who it was.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
I think the bottom line for me is that Charlie Kirk did not deserve to die for his beliefs. It's not something like he has the right to say whatever he wants as long as it's not actively harming people. And it's not like hate speech or whatever, and some of it was. But he certainly didn't deserve to be killed over it. We cannot like him. I never liked him. Like I said, he's a Nazi. Was a Nazi. But this is America, where you have the First Amendment, and you have the right to say your beliefs, and there shouldn't be violence repercussions for that.
Well, there shouldn't be, but as we talked about for the first half of this, there is.
Yeah.
And we are the only ones trying to make it safer.
Yeah. Listen, guys.
Like we're the nerd crossing guards in the fucking hallway monitors. Like, hey, guys, maybe we should slow down and do it. Like, I get it. No one likes us. But we do have a function in the society, which is to remind us what our responsibilities are, how we can attain them, and where we're failing.
Yeah. Listen, if things were left up to me, guys, there wouldn't be a Second Amendment. I'm not for it. It's not been nothing. It's been nothing but problems the entire time. So I would get rid of all that. And I know that the dude in our fucking Twitch chat wouldn't like that, but it's the way that things need to happen. We need a more like a UK style of gun ownership where you really have to prove that you need that gun, because there is in many states there are just no requirements for training or licensing. You just take an 8-hour course and here's all your guns.
You don't need a course.
Or you don't need a course. In Connecticut, you need courses. You need to take an 8-hour safety course if you want a gun.
No, we don't have to do that.
But all this like open carry stuff, man, the more times that guns are just everywhere, there's more statistically. There's just more incidents that are going to happen. There's more people that are going to get shot because there are just more guns. And people and I know that there are other countries in the world where there is a high gun ownership, but they have a completely different gun culture than we do. Guns to some of these people are fucking toys in America. They collect them like they're fucking toys with no restrictions, and it's insane.
They are abiding by the law, right? So this is the big picture that everyone keeps like obscuring here and making opaque. It is very obvious. People are allowed to do what the law allows them to do. If we do not like their behavior, then we have representatives that go to DC and then they argue and then they make more laws. Guys, the calls are coming from inside the house. Change the fucking laws.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it works. You have to change the laws. You can't play the fucking, well, what about criminals? Before people are criminals, they're law-abiding citizens until they become criminals.
Right.
So if you vet and investigate the law-abiding citizens before you allow them to get the guns, just like you have to take a fucking driving test, you should have to earn that weapon. Sure, you might have the right on some sort of principle for like a militia or something like that. Sure, if you want to argue that, fine. But you do that at your own risk, because at that point, the only reason you would need it is to protect yourself from a tyrannical government. So then you wouldn't look for the government's approval to fight against a tyrannical, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you are short of that, you need to register your weapons.
I think the tyrannical government argument is out the fucking window, because we currently have one and the NRA has done nothing.
No,
they're silent. They're complicit.
They
They
did
want it.
They did put out a statement when Trump teased that thing about banning trans people from having weapons, and they were just like, Second Amendment says everyone gets weapons. Like, trans people buy guns too. What the fuck?
Two British pound super chat. Tim Ballum. In the UK, you can own an M82 if you have a valid use.
Is that the machine gun?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm not going to Google search that.
I was about to say, hold on a second. Think about it, Tim.
Idea. That's not a good. That's not
tell
a good
us what
Google
that.
search.
Tell us what that is, so that we don't have to put it in our search history. What's his face? Sweet had a good healthcare thing up there. Where did it go?
Oh yeah, and like the whole argument around the gun debate now is, can we even get anywhere? Because the right is so concerned with, like, how dare you try to even think about taking away anybody's guns, and the left is just, unfortunately, a lot of the left is just mocking the thoughts and prayers argument, and which is also at this point not helpful. Like, we're in such a political gridlock when it comes to what to do about guns, and there are so many simple solutions, not to prevent everything. You can't prevent everything, no matter what. It's just not possible. But if we had some sort of universal background check system, federal laws against gun trafficking, and some restrictions on the kinds of guns that people can own, that might be a start.
Like, for as many guns in Illinois that have been found to have been shipped over the border from like Indiana and Kentucky and shit, like, how are the FBI not catching these guys?
Yeah.
Gun is like a gun. This many guns is many tons of metal. You know what I mean? Like,
if we had proper gun safety laws in this country, there would be a law that requires the person who owned the gun to register it in a national registry that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms keeps, and that you could find that person right away.
I mean, it's like when we watch like CSI or something like that, like, oh, the ballistics guy is coming to, like, and then they like find the guy. We can never fucking do that because we have no idea who has what.
Right.
You have to physically find the other gun. But if only we could do a ballistics test to see what everybody's like. What do you plan on doing with the gun if you don't want to be registered with it? I just want to know.
Yeah. And like,
if you're protecting your house and the gun's at your house 24/7, what's the issue?
Yeah.
I think also because we had I think it was last fall that one school shooter's parents got prosecuted.
Yeah.
For not properly locking up their guns. We need like an ATF gun safe thing. Like an ATF approved gun safe. And if you pass your background check, if you pass the mental screening, you need a gun safe.
Oh, and M82 is apparently a sniper rifle. It's a recoil.
Wait, the Barrett?
Yeah.
The 50 cal?
Well, it might not be a 50 cal, but
the Barrett is a 50 cal.
Oh, really? All right. That's the
one. It looks like the Halo sniper.
Oh,
that's what it's based off of.
This is the argument. Ollie's making the conservative argument for us. But if the guns get registered, guys, then the government can come and take it. You're just gonna come and take it. I don't think any. And there's no politician out there to be like, as soon as you register your weapons, we're gonna come and take them. Like,
who wants to volunteer for that fucking job?
Who wants to go out there and collect 300 million guns?
Who wants to ring the doorbell?
Right.
Nah, brother. And that's why it's never happened. Because threatening to confiscate everybody's guns is stupid. But you need to get people registered. So if it's like a driver's license thing, where there's like a DMV, but for guns, or you can do it at the DMV and they have like an ATF office off to the side. Like, that's fine. But you got to do something. You got to get the ball moving in the right direction. And resorting to name calling and blaming other political parties without any fucking evidence is not the fucking answer, dude. We're just gonna be here in like 6 months, and then 12 months, and then an 18 months. We're just gonna keep fucking doing the same. We've been doing the same fucking cycle since Columbine. The same cycle. We just keep going. For 30 years, we're singing the same fucking song. It's like, can we please get off the merry-go-round now? Are we done yet?
Yeah, like you're right, Mikey. We should legislate the same standards for guns that we have for cars.
The exact same. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. You have to register your car with the state.
Yep.
You have to
pay taxes on it.
You got to pay. You got to pay insurance.
Yes, and that's the other thing. Gun ownership have to have gun insurance.
Yeah, and then in Connecticut, it's every 2 or 3 years you have to get your gun re-registered, your car re-registered.
Yeah,
and you have to get your license renewed every so often. I think it's every.
And you have to take a driver's test.
Yeah, and you have to take a test, a written and practical test.
Yep.
If
you got to park uphill on a curve, curve or whatever.
If some of these motherfuckers had to pass a written and practical gun safety exam, imagine how many people wouldn't be allowed to have guns.
But then they would say, well, I should still be able to do it. Like, so you should still be able to do it, even though it's dangerous and you've proven that you can't do it.
Yeah.
If someone goes out there on the road and they're just doing this shit, just smashing everybody, we take their fucking license away.
Yeah. Listen, I failed my driver's exam the first time. Terribly failed it.
How?
I almost took a left into an oncoming car. That's how bad I was.
Did you get nervous? What happened?
I was very nervous and I was not prepared for the car that I was driving at the time.
New cars are weird.
I got 100% on the written exam. I didn't get a single I was the only person not to get a question wrong. And then I was the only person to fail the driving portion because I was far too nervous. And the guy we didn't do it like at the DMV. I was in a driving school. So a DMV person came to us and tested us all at our driving school. He was so upset with me after I took that left into the oncoming car. He grabbed the wheel. He had to grab the wheel and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my God. You gave him the old shit.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck.
He was like, just go back. We're done. You failed.
Just turn around.
If you can't follow and I will freely admit that I shouldn't have driven a car at that point. If you can't follow the safety requirements to own a gun, if you can't follow the practical requirements of owning a gun, then you shouldn't have a gun. It's that simple. Cars kill many people, and people are licensed to drive cars all the time. And maybe sometimes that's a little bit too lax because people are fucking insane. But if we didn't have the licensing and registration requirements, we wouldn't know the who, the why, and the when. Like, that's what we're missing here. We're missing who owned that gun, how long has he owned the gun, and why was he given the gun? And where was he given the gun?
Who sold him the gun? Like, if it's a recent purchase and you're just letting people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think in most states for pistols, at least, there's like a 3-day cool off period. Or even if you want a gun and you have the money in your pocket, cool, come back Friday.
Yeah.
And you can pick it up. And that's just what the law is, because it is a deterrent from hot-tempered people making bad decisions.
And that we should have those red flag laws against people owning guns who have a violent history or have a domestic abuse history. Like, those people shouldn't be allowed to have weapons because they are a threat to others.
Right. And I mean, also on top of this is there is a mental health crisis in this country where I think I'd have to look up the figures here, but a not zero amount of the suicides are done with guns. So we're loosening up the gun laws, and then we're getting rid of people's ability to get mental health help.
Yeah.
Like, why? We don't have to do that. We can literally do the opposite. We can literally make it safer for people. It's just called voting, people. You find people that believe in the things that you believe, and then you vote for them.
And then, like, I'm just thumbing through NBC's reporting on this. NBC is fucking speculating their hearts out about all of this. They don't know anything, but they're like, oh, an ATF agent says it likely wasn't an expert marksman who did this. And
yeah, that's crazy.
Here's the FBI photos released on the person of interest, the fourth person of interest. Like,
right.
Kash Patel doesn't fucking know what he's doing.
And the thing is, I'm willing to write out the investigation, and accurately be pissed at who I want to be accurately pissed at. Because I don't like motherfuckers shooting at schools. Period. I don't care who it is. Do not fucking shoot up a school. That should be fucking point blank obvious. And the fact that all of these networks are acting like any one of us would want a school shot up.
Right.
What are you talking about? We are the David Hogg stands. We support these kids in their March for Our Lives campaign.
Yeah.
We've been on board with this the whole time.
Chrissy says in the chat, in the UK, firearms is not a right but a privilege, requiring a police-issued certificate for possession or purchase of a firearm or shotguns. Individuals must obtain a firearm certificate.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the basics,
right,
of what should be required. You should have to go to the police and be like, hey, I want to own a gun. And then, like, they should background check you or whatever they got to do.
Right.
I mean, maybe not specifically the police, but somebody in government should be checking you on your request to own a gun. I know that sounds like, in America, I know that sounds like fucking government tyranny, but
that's what it is in Illinois. You have to go through the state police.
Yeah,
to get a Ford card.
Someone's got to be like, hey, yeah, you can own a gun. There's nothing wrong here. Or,
whoa,
buddy,
you do not get a gun. Absolutely not.
Definitely not.
But just like we said earlier this year, that airport official guy was going to gun shows and then just selling to people under the table. Like, we can't have people doing, like, you know what I mean? Like, we set up rules and regulations and then there's, well, I don't know, whatever. No, dog. Like, that motherfucker probably is responsible for a lot of motherfucking deaths.
Yeah.
And when the ATF raided his house, he fucking went into a shootout with them.
Right. We let convicted felon Donald Trump have a gun.
He did buy a gun while he was on parole, or not on parole. He was on bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they let him purchase a firearm, which if you read the little paper that they give you, you can't commit any new offenses and you don't have access to weapons or firearms. So I'm guessing that purchasing a brand new one falls in line with that.
Counter Kev, new to the channel, by the way.
Hi, Counter Kev.
Says lots of gun chat, but you have much more fundamental issues of a sort, like pushing back against the administration, gerrymandering the heck out of blue states, and zero in on Epstein info from his estate / victims. Yeah, this country has so many problems.
You haven't seen those episodes of the show.
Yeah.
I was like, we've covered all of those, actually.
Yeah. Go back and watch the back catalog. As of Tuesday, we talked about those things. But I think that, the Charlie Kirk situation does warrant an extended conversation about what gun ownership is in this country, what is and isn't political violence, and our media jumping the gun. Once again, that's the only phrase I know because I'm so tired. On just what is going on. And the president of the United States fueling all of this by saying it was political violence and it was radical leftists. He doesn't know.
No one knows yet.
The governor of fucking Utah doesn't know when he was like, this is a political assassination. You don't know.
Can we fucking at least do the investigation first? Can we catch the motherfucker first, interrogate him, and then say this is the, you know what I mean? Like, can we do the thing?
Yeah, I mean, we're not fucking Alex Jones over here saying that, you know, crisis actors and all that, and people were paid to do this. Like,
yeah, we're not over here saying it was all holograms and shit. Like, no, we acknowledge what happened for sure.
We want the facts. We want the information. We want real evidence. We don't want speculation. I don't want NBC or fucking CNN going out there and speculating, oh, this guy couldn't be an expert marksman because of this and that. Some ATF agent said this. Like some correspondent who's like a retired FBI agent said this and that. Like, that's all speculation. And I'm so sick of every time.
They shouldn't do that.
I think
in the past, I don't think this would have happened. You know what I mean? I don't think they would have reported like this, but I think the general coarsening of the discourse and the clipification of everything, how everyone is willing to just jump out and say these things. And I mean, I stewed all night, all afternoon, and all that stuff. You know what I came up with? Research and a list of very efficient questions on how I think that our audience should break down the story. Is that what we're getting from the news? I mean, they're the ones getting millions of dollars. They're the ones with the van with the fucking satellite dish. You know, they got all the resources, all the connections, and they're just, I don't know why a Democrat would do this. Like, who told you that? Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? You literally don't know who it is.